Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Kupz, the universe, aka Power Lounge, aka P.D. Mossberg, and we are back. Regular conversation. I was, thinking about some things. So, you know what? We are back with a marvelous conversation, an extraordinary ponderation. Alright, I got two things to chop it up about real quick. You see how hard it is for people to get likes on anything, social media, period, YouTube, whatever. See how hard it is to get likes? But you see how when somebody's in trouble, it kind of like, depending on what it is, if it's a popular narrative, everybody will run with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to DJ Academics because he brought this to my attention. And he was speaking about the NBA chick. The WNBA chick that got arrested in Russia. And the fact that she has to even play in Russia, right? Look how many people is like, free her, free her, free her, free her, free her, right? Now, it's like, where were all these people that say free her, free her, free her, free her, when, she was trying to get basketball, ability to play it professionally in America? Where was everybody at when it's like, yo, let's protest for Shorty, let's make sure she get a good wage. We want her to play with an American team while she got to play over way in Russia. Nobody said nothing. Soon as now it's like, oh, America don't like Russia, they got an American person now. It's like, oh, free the girl, 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 free the girl. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm not knocking that. I think she should be free, but it's like, where was everybody at when she was trying to, like, why she even got to play overseas? Why she even got to play in Russia? She's American, right? So, that goes to show people in America, man, listen, we need everybody in the world to understand this real quick. Just because somebody says something about one person, it may not be saying it about the other person. So, for instance, like in Academic's case, when he spoke on, he wanted somebody to be free. Right? He was, I kind of forget who he was talking about, but somebody, he was like, yo, free my guy. Matter of fact, Drake, he thought that Drake arrested Drake, or he thought somebody arrested Drake in Switzerland or something. And Drake is his favorite artist. So he was like, free Drake. And then he gonna say in his comments, in his, in his little video, he's like, yo, somebody in my comment, like, why you ain't say free homegirl? See, just because somebody, like, let people have their own battles, man. Everybody don't gotta fight your battles. You know what I'm saying? You can fight your own battle. Like, if you really felt that strong about her being free, then make some petitions. Figure out how to contact people in Russia that may not be a fucking maniac. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everybody in Russia is a maniac, bro. And I think that, if you can find the right channels, certain things can happen. See, now this is just to go to show you now, because of how America, the government, is treating another country, that if you're American and you decide to go over there for whatever reason, be prepared to be treated like trash because they don't like America. Now that's going to segue me into my real ponderation, right? Yo, you see Adam and Eve's story is always Adam, then it's the rib, then it's Eve. Adam, rib, Eve. So it makes people believe, man first, woman, right? Now, a lot of people already say that women are first, right? The great mother first. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to express now is like, all right, in Lemuria, there was a city or a group of people called a land of Mu, all females. If you watch the Amazons, Wonder Woman, civilizations were all women, right? So obviously, this is my two theories. Either women was first, right? Because look, all over the globe, it was women popping up. Women, right? In my opinion, this is what I think, like, because that don't really make sense, right? So I think it was women, because all men come through a woman's womb, period. So how can a man be there before the womb So the womb had to be there before the man. So it obviously wasn't Eve out of Adam's rib. It was Adam out of Eve's womb. So I feel like all the women was popping up in different places. Like maybe it was just a thing to birth women. And these women, this is around the time when they say women didn't feel pain giving birth. You see what I'm saying? So they was able to pop out a lot of births. So honestly, when women was like in this state, I guess women, the body of a woman was the most, the thing to have. And I feel like they was like androgynous, like a lot of people say. My boy Seven Bomar, you know, he breaks out the androgynous beings, and you know what I'm saying, and it makes a lot of sense. So it's like, all right, so they was androgynous, but I feel like they look like women, you know what I'm saying? And you know what that androgynous means is that they had a way to impregnate themselves. Now most people gonna think, oh, hermaphrodite, did they take the penis and have the vagina and stick the penis in the vagina? And no, it wasn't like that. I think personally it was a mechanism, it was inside their body that produced the sperm and allowed the sperm to enter the egg internally. And I feel like so women had the ability to incept, like create beautiful beings or be in contact with nature, and that come into a beautiful idea of a being, and then impregnate herself and birth it. And I feel like women was birthing other women. Now when, you know, prior to Atlantis, I feel like somewhere along the lines, either there was a defect, the first male born. And it might not have been the first male born to one tribe of women. There's multiple tribes of women. So I feel like the first males was born to these tribes. Some tribes looked at the first male as Christ, a blessing. See what I'm saying? That's where the Christos mythos came from, right? I feel like other women felt like it was a defect. Like, nah, this threatens our way of life. So when there was a whole group of women on the world where it was like a women's planet, started birthing the males, right, through whatever. And somehow I feel like, you know what I'm saying, in the birthing of these males, somehow the one being able to birth and seed was like the seed mechanism was basically, in my idea, like passed down to the son. So it's separated through women through having a womb. Now I don't know how else to really explain that, because I'm just feeling this out right now because I'm trying to make sense of this. But you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they interacted with these beings. So maybe before the first male being, maybe, you know what I'm saying, it was more so like they birthed the males. They were before the being, it was like a bunch of pure women, in tune with nature, bow. That's the pure ones, the ones that didn't want to have intercourse. You know, I mean, before they had sex. I guess after they had the males, right? Because I'm trying to make sense of this as I talk. They had the males, and then as the males grew in society, of course, I think they still also was having daughters too. And of course, other tribes mingled. So you see what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I'm saying, they started intermeeting daughters of this tribe, marry the sons of this tribe, blah, blah, blah. Right? So my whole purpose of this saying this is that, okay, now we have an idea where the prostitute versus the woman that don't want to have sex, that's abstinent, the divine feminine versus the Jezebel come from, right? It's the splitting of the one woman world into two women based on birthing males, right? And some women saying that this is a Christ being, like praising having males, and some despising it. You see what I'm saying? So Atlantis was most likely a city built for the women that had admiration for the male species. And the women that turned to, like, you know, doing the prostitutes, or what they call witches, or in these covenants, were the women that hated men. Why they hate a lot of sexists and a lot of feminists may enter this too. They don't even realize this is what's happening. But that's the idea of the separation of women, and then the men of these women being raised to either be like, you know what I'm saying, like a super goony goon, or a super pure kind of guy, and then the wars starting to happen with the peaceful people versus the people that like war. You see what I'm saying? The sons of these women versus the sons of those women. You see what I'm saying? And obviously the sons of the woman that wasn't pure one. So, but why I say this? Women, you are the womb. This is for you, right? Now, I went through all that trying to get that because I didn't like formulate my idea before I came up here. So I was trying to formulate it just now. But overall, women was one group separated due to the birth of men, because I feel like the Adam and Eve story is a little fraudulent. Now, if it's not fraudulent, Adam had a wife before Eve, which means feminine aspect existed before Eve. So either way you put it, a woman was first, whether they tell you or not. You see what I'm saying? This is just logically making sense to me. So what I'm trying to say to women is this. Y'all have the womb, right? This is why Cern was turned on. This is why they want to stop the abortions things. Because you women now, this is what happened. Before, y'all used to do it yourself. If you was pure, you can impregnate yourself with a purity, and that's what's considered immaculate conception. See what I'm saying? If you was more of a negative being inside, you still had the same ability, you still was the goddess mode. So you would just birth a negative being into the realm. But knowing that the all is mind and the mind is outside universe and inside, then you're actually birthing beings that exist too. You see what I'm saying? So it's a tricky slope. But now that y'all started birthing men and the situation came out to the fact that now the men have the seed and the women have the womb, if you choose a seed of the woman that was against the birth of male men in the first place, like the Amazon women and such, then you see what I'm saying? You have a distaste for men, and if you meet with those men, right? Say, because you're still gonna want to procreate. You're just gonna want to control them and be overpower them, and you know what I'm saying? Manipulate them and all that stuff that those type of negative women do. And if a woman gets with that guy and he's a negative being and they have sex, and this man inconcepts a bunch of like crazy stuff in his mind or hateful stuff or whatever, right? Now this is not to anybody in particular, it's just general. If he does that, the baby that's birthed out is a good chance to be an angry baby. Can be very, like, may be wicked baby. I'm not saying that the babies are wicked, but this is how it comes from either one tree or the other tree. You see what I'm saying? And if the woman is more pure, right, and she sleeps with a dude like that, that's negative, it's like a 50-50 chance that baby might have a balance. That baby might know both sides of the polarity. If the woman is negative and the man is negative, they're going to have a full-on negative baby. See what I'm saying? If the woman is positive, of course I said, and the man is negative, that's a balance. Right? It might be 50-50. But if the woman is positive and the man is positive, divine masculine, divine feminine, and they have a baby, divinity can be birthed through them. You can bring divine spirits walk on the earth. And this is why they want you to, look at, no offense and no disrespect to like the Cardi B's or none of these other women that's out there that have pride in showing themselves. They show a lot of skin and stuff like that. But this is why they do that. Because in that mindset of you looking at that person, right? Not really Cardi B because she's a married woman, but let's just say any girl that's dressed like that. You look at them with lust, that's already bringing in a lustful spirit. You have sex, you may have a baby with this person, that baby came out of lust. It's not really going to be the purest. You see what I'm saying? So women, y'all, I'm giving y'all points by saying that y'all first. And the story lied to y'all and us in order to make men feel like we own the world, because it was a masculine agenda versus, a patriarch agenda versus the matriarch. So everything had to be coined and such, right? But in giving you your respects of being the first and the keeper of the garden, now you have the responsibility to monitor what beings get birthed on this planet. And if you keep birthing a bunch of crazy negative vibrating beings and growing them, and they're not giving them the love they need, and they're making them even worse into monsters, then this world can be done. But if you start bringing in the positive beings through positive union, honesty, actually giving a dag about each other, actually meaning to have this baby, and being in good spirits and good hearts and good mindsets and such, when doing such, then you bring, you know, what they call Christ babies, Christ energy, right? Versus Lucifer or Satan energy, right? All that different energy might be the babies that's born when you are in those chakras. So if you're in your crown chakra in a virtue and you impregnate a woman, that baby can have a high crown chakra virtue. Versus if you're in lust or fear or whatever in sins in your chakra system, you know what I'm saying? If you're in 7 deadly sins and any one of them or a combination of the 7 or all 7, right? Then those were where those beings may come from. See what I'm saying? The spirit will come from one of those spots. And since we know the chakras is also external, see what I'm saying? Whatever chakra portal space that equates to your chakra portal space will actually bring that being through. And you know what I'm saying? Like Bomar said, through the water springs and boom boom to whatever is closest to the hospital and blah blah blah. So y'all women out there, I'm giving y'all points. Y'all are the goddess of life. Y'all are the givers of life. Y'all are the womb of life. Y'all a womb man. Y'all, no beings come into earth without being born through you first. But that also gives you a responsibility to monitoring what beings you allow to be born through your vessel. From what seed is these trees growing from. And monitor the seed while it's still in this tree, and the fruit, which is the words, is communicating with you to try to get it to be able to plant its seed in you anyway. See what I'm saying? It's very important that women start monitoring when they're giving babies and when not. Not only because of the abortion thing and they want to lock you up, but because of the spiritual aspect of it. And whether you know it or not, you still do it. So you might as well learn now and be responsible for it now, versus you just continuing to do it and then wondering why the world is going to hell in a handbag. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. To conclude this conversation, this marvelous, extraordinary ponderation, I believe women was first. They was all over the planet, different places, different tribes. They was, you know what I'm saying, androgynous. But I don't think they had the organs, and internally was able to impregnate the womb and then birth the baby. Now, I don't know if it was a form of pushing babies out, or if it was a form of mental like manifestation, but materialization. But you know, it's probably a little bit of both. Dealing with the spirit tech and how close it was to the spirit tech originally, it probably was way different than how we do it now. But being logical, I can say the way it is now probably was the way it was then, just with less pain. So the women was a lot stronger then. They had a lot stronger, you know, core muscles and stuff. Y'all still got strong legs and core muscles, but I feel like they were stronger back then because there was a lot of warrior women. You feel me? After that, first babies born within these tribes. Some tribes deified the baby. Some tribes demonized the baby. Split women culture already. Now, mind you, they were separate, but I feel like women culture could travel and mingle with each other. Separated them. Maybe even separated the land of Mu. The women that separated on the negative aspect was more so considered witches, prostitutes, and so forth and so on. The women that hard-headed, the Liliths, right? And the women that was pure was like the Marys, you see what I'm saying? And they started tapping into these beings, the dualities, and bringing them both into the world. And that could be where the good and bad came into play too. See what I'm saying? We're just making sense of it in a logical aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really think the way the books tell us in the patriotic aspect is actually correct. You feel me? So it's your boy, Kupz the Universe. You already know, Poet Lounge, aka P.D. Mossberg. Anybody that watch this video, I got nothing but love for you. You know what I'm saying? When I make these videos, I make them with the intent to put a light bulb on in your head and get you to make these things work in your life. Now, it might not work the same way that I tell you, but it may be close. And when I give you advice, it's only coming from the best place in my heart. Meaning, I don't want nothing from you for giving you the advice. And I don't want to give you advice because I'm hurt and I want to see you go to a different route or go down the wrong path. You see what I'm saying? I just actually want to see people, you know what I'm saying, Because I feel like if the world is a happier place, it'll be a better place. And the way to make the world a happier place is to get people to do better in their situation. And if we can make it, people understand that it's not really one particular object or situation that stops you from getting there, but you letting these things stop you from continuing going forward, then that's what actually stops you from getting anywhere in life, because to get somewhere in life is subjective to the person that's living that life. You feel me? So it's your boy once again, Kupz the Universe, and I'm out. Peace.